And David tell, if he could abandon Israel, be unfaithful to Israel, he could do the same to believers. And the fact is, he's a covenant-making God. More importantly, I think he's a covenant-keeping God.
It's fascinating to have the Jewish and the Christian perspective mixed in. And again, I'm a good example because I'm not grafted in. I am a Jewish follower of Jesus who is part of the original root and partakes of, as Paul says, the fat and the richness of the root, but I am still a follower of Jesus. It makes me feel sometimes like the dynamic of the prodigal son or an adopted son would be something. I mean, here's a family, a biblical family, and it has children, and not all the children follow and fulfill the commandments. But then the family adopts somebody in, and the adopted son said, oh, now I'm the real son. And they forget that this family was there before he was adopted in. And Paul says, don't be full of pride.
That's right.
Don't pick your head up and say, I'm doing this. Paul says, you will be put down if you are full of pride. Which is why my calling is here, because I hear the churches talking about, we are the adopted son, but we are now the real son. The adopted son is not part of it. And I'm sitting in the pews sometimes in churches, and I'm saying, wait a minute, you have one of the original sons sitting here in the pew in front of you. Do you want to really kind of take on all of this and say, the adoption is more important than the family? And I think this is a mistake, and I think, and Jesus said it very clearly again and again, when you teach this kind of false doctrine, you will be judged. You will be judged, and the church is going to be judged, I think, very deeply. We are the apple of God's eye. And again, if you've seen Fiddler on the Roof lately, there's a famous line where Tuvia, the Jew who's been kind of oppressed, raises his hand to
choose somebody
God.
else.
And he says, yes, couldn't you have chosen somebody else? For better or for worse, we carry, and Paul said this very clearly, you're the vessel that is holding the promises that we as Gentiles can plug into. Well, other Gentiles. We are the carriers of this, and just like any other tool that God has used, and I mean, you could talk to Daniel, you could talk to Jeremiah, you could talk to Paul. God uses us as people. Satan knows that if we are doing God's will, and the Jews, whether they like it or not, whether they accept it or not, whether they believe it or not, are carrying on God's plan. Because again, let's go back. Without the Jews in the land, without the Jews in Zion, there's no end times.
Yeah, exactly.
Without that. So I am basically a prerequisite for end times.
You are.
Do you know what that means? Think about the target that I am personally, as a person, carrying on my back. And again, I think we talked about it before. The Jews are going to be at the middle of all end time prophecy, and sometimes in a very harsh and very bad and very painful way. We are a part of this. And I think that Satan knows it. And when Satan brings this to the church, and again, let's go back to my calling. For 40 years, I've defended Israel from the back of a tank. I've been in southern Lebanon, I've been in the West Bank, I've been in Gaza, I've had bullets whiz over my head, I've been there. It's been my job to defend my country, my people, and when I defend Israel, I'm not only defending one little nation, just like you defend Italy. I'm defending God's plan. The existence of Israel is part of God's plan. So I'm not only defending my home, my family, I'm defending the movement of God from where he was to where we are. That's what Israel is. And that's why Israel has this massive target on its back. And that's why I truly believe that the church is turning its back on Israel. Because the church has been a supporter. And when God said to me, and again, I've been reading the book of Jonah like crazy lately because I want to be on a tank in Lebanon right now. I've done it before. And God says, no, you need to go to church And you need to tell these people that as a Jew and an Israeli, what they are doing to God's people is wrong, both by teaching, we saw some of it, and by omission.
Hello, America. I'm Mark Levin, and this is Life, Liberty, and Levin Saturday. I'm going to start the program where I'd rather not start, but I must. I want to say to people in and out of the administration, stop trashing, smearing, bullying the little state of Israel. Stop cozying up to and telling us that the enemy regime in Iran is now more rational, more moderate, and a regime that we can deal with. When just a few months ago they slaughtered 50,000 people, they're still hanging young people today. And if they had a nuclear missile today, they'd fire it into our country as sure as I'm alive. I don't know what's going on, but if people think they can bully a little country, really a people that have existed 4,000 years, through the Babylonians and the Persians, through the Romans and the Third Reich, into surrendering their defense and their decision on how to secure their country, they got another thing coming. I think it's outrageous. When we used to see the Secretary of War and the head of the Joint Chiefs of Staff daily here on Fox tell us of the fantastic marriage, symmetry between our militaries in defeating this enemy. I'm really appalled by this, and I hope it comes to an end sooner than later, because it's not right, it's not just, and it's not truthful.